This your boy Man of Primetime TV here. I'm here to make another video about the 76ers and what the future plans of the Sixers and what they're going to do in the future. Now, as y'all just seen a couple days ago or many days ago, not many days ago, it's going to be up on May 31st, but today it's like May the 13th when I'm like doing this video. The Sixers got beat by the Knicks. They got swept 4-0, and y'all can see in the background they're doing a little stupid skit. It is what it is. The Knicks sweeping the Sixers. I mean, kudos to the Knicks. They were a better team. Like Jalen Brunson is a baller. And he did stand himself being better than Tyrese Maxey. Like that was before the series. I didn't get why people said that Maxey was better than Brunson. Brunson send the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 times. Shit, he's better than Carmelo Anthony as a Knick. Carmelo Anthony's a greater player than Jalen Brunson overall, but like he's a better Knick. It's just they got the Sixers got swept. And I know I sound disappointed. I'm not gonna be biased for the rest of this video. I'm just gonna keep it real. The Sixers they need a clean house. They just fired they just fired Daryl Morey. They are keeping Nick Nurse, former champion with the Raptors in 2019. They're keeping Elton Brand. I do want Josh Harris to sell the team. Hopefully they get rid of Embiid. There's also trade rumors of Joel Embiid going to get traded to the Kings for the Sixers to get Demarcus bonus. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Embiid wants to go to the Kings of all teams. Like he would probably want to go to like a contender or a team that's in a big market or whatever. Like, and the Kings is not that type of team. They're not a contender. Plus, they're not a big market. But we'll see. I've seen crazy things in the NBA. The Sixers came back in a 3-1 deficit against the Celtics, which I will do a video on the Celtics, but this video will be about the Sixers and what their future plans are, and them just getting rid of Daryl Morey.
But it wasn't because of their home crowd. Because much like on the court and the product we saw there, New York just dominated the stands in Philly. Very good sweeping.
That is really nice window dressing that the Knicks are doing. Like, oh, they have their crew in Wells Fargo Center. The Knicks got a passionate fan base. You can't hate on that. Like, it's just like the Knicks really do got a passionate fan base, and I wish the Sixers fans was like that. But Sixers fans, mostly Philly fans as a whole, is passionate about the Eagles. And I do expect the Eagles takeover in MetLife Stadium. Haha. I mean, y'all are basketball. The New York is a basketball city. Philly is a football city. So whatever. The Sixers is like that redheaded stepchild, especially in recent years. Like the fans has lost faith in the Sixers. It's not even funny no more. And that's why I think the Sixers need to make big changes because like this city used to be a basketball city, not just with the Sixers. You had several teams that did well. You got Temple, they did well with John Chaney. LaSalle, they did well. Um, you also have Villanova in recent years did well. St. Joseph, I don't know. I think they did well in Dayton. I gotta look it up, but like it's just like Philadelphia used to be a really good basketball city, and now football is taking over. Especially with the Eagles, like everywhere you go, you hear "Go Birds," and like back in the day, it used to be like, "Oh, clap your hands, 76ers, Dr. J, Charles Barkley, Moses Malone, um, Maurice Cheeks, Doug Collins." They used to have like legends in Sixers. They even go away all the way back to Wilt Chamberlain. Whether it's the Sixers or the Philadelphia Warriors. Like the city used to be a basketball city. Now it's a football city. And yeah, and you just have to see it. We don't care about basketball. And look at it. See, Morgan Freeman and Spike Lee, New York Knicks mascot.
In Philadelphia, after the Sixers players, including Joel Embiid, pleaded with Philly fans to not sell their tickets pre-series. The New York support in Philly for the sweep was strong enough to draw the
Oh yeah, another mascot, the FBA hater, Mister. I like to say the N word all the time, but like hate on certain black groups or whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, like
Attention of players on both teams. Listen to this.
I got a lot of respect for you Knicks fans. I'm gonna applaud them too. Let's go Knicks. Great job.
Yeah, it just sucks. I can't. That's really all I can say about it, man. Like it felt louder here for them than it did in the Garden.
Yeah, it's. I used to think Philly was a sports town. I don't know if it is anymore.
Oof.
oh dude, it still is. I mean, if you go to the Eagles, which I mean, isn't Josh Hart an Eagles fan? I think I could be wrong. Wait, no, he's a Commanders fan, I think. Well, he did play here, but like. I mean, Jalen Brunson, Carl Anthony Towns, and Mikal Bridges are Eagles fans, so they know that it's a football city. Like, I mean, like y'all should know too. I mean, like we don't care. Philadelphia don't care about basketball like that.
Damn.
Shots fired, Stephen A. Are you buying Josh Hart's comments that Philly is no longer a sports town?
No, I'm certainly not going to say that. New York Knicks fans travel. That is what they do, and it's right down the New Jersey Turnpike. Please, that's an easy one. This is an indictment against the Sixers organization because you don't really have much to believe in. You've got Tyrese Maxey, who's an absolute stud, and VJ Edgecombe. That young backcourt is something to be excited
Yeah, man. If future's gonna be bright for the Sixers with Edgecombe and Maxey,
about. But
the
the
future's gonna be bright
figurative face, not
with Edgecombe and Maxey. To be honest, like I swear, Maxey, like he's a good point guard, like top 5 point guard in the league right now. Edgecombe, certified baller. Like he's like a baby. I don't like to compare players, especially of the past or even right now, to each other. But like he's a baby Jimmy Butler, the baby D Wade. Like he's a fiery, intense player.
the literal face, the legitimate face, but the figurative face of the franchise is a guy in Joel Embiid who has played 40 games or less the last 3 years. He's missed almost 50% of his games. He's almost never there. And so when Philadelphia knows that you don't really have a chance, they got better things to do with their time. It's just that simple. And I think that when you look at when Allen Iverson was there, remember, that brother was box office. Outside of Michael Jordan, he might have been the biggest star in the NBA for a year or two, if not longer. So, and he was a warrior. So even when Knicks fans would show up, it wasn't like this. But
Oh, is he a metaphorical warrior? Listen, you would think when he said warrior, like he played for Golden State or whatever.
problem is,
I know it's a metaphor or whatever, but like it's just like for the people that don't know.
don't believe in the Sixers. That's what this really comes down to, which is why change needs to happen upstairs. And I'll get to that in a second. Y'all go ahead.
SA, just real quick on that. The Flyers lost 4-0 to the Hurricanes. And if you watch that
The
game
day before.
in Philly, they got a standing ovation.
Jay Williams, let's be honest and real. Stephen A. don't give two shits about about hockey. This man in hockey is like an awkward relationship. You know that one couple that's like, oh, they're just an awkward couple. Like that's literally Stephen A. in hockey. Hockey and Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith, like he only cares about hockey when he is told to care about hockey. Like when ESPN is yeah. Um if they tell him to care about hockey, he'll care about hockey, but he don't care about hockey.
From the Philly crowd. So just to add on to your
It's
point,
a little bit weird. This is my allergies bothering me. It's allergy season.
say on how the fans have quit on the organization, that is a sign of that because Philly sports is still live and loud.
Is it though? The Phillies just fired their manager. You have the Flyers that just lost in a sweep.
Talking about the way they show
the
up,
76ers just lost in a sweep. The Eagles are coming off a real down year. They lost in the first round of the playoffs.
But they're still gonna be fans though. I mean, like especially for the Eagles. Like the Eagles can have like a downtrodden year, and then like there'll be tons of Eagles fans in the stadium. Ain't gonna be no Giants fans in the link. That ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna be Cowboys fans. They ain't gonna be Commanders fans. They ain't gonna be fans. They ain't gonna be Steelers fans. None of that. That ain't gonna happen. Even when the Eagles sucked, I remember when the Eagles sucked. It was like the Eagles had a pretty good fan base, even when they sucked. Pre Super Bowl, or even after the Super Bowl in 2017.
Philadelphia sports is in a little bit of hurt right now. They got to get things right. But I hear what you're more talking about organizationally with the 76ers. Let's go to the 76ers.
Go ahead, Perk.
Here. Okay, Perk, hold on. Hold your thoughts. We're going to go to the 76ers here. We're going to zoom.
Well, I fight, but the Sixers, they just don't care no more because, especially the fans, don't care. The fans, they want to see a winning team, and they're not putting a winning team. They're full of injured niggas like Joel Embiid and pandemic playoff P. That's why, like I said, I know man, and that man is glass bones and paper skin.
A little bit because they were swept by the Knicks, as we just talked about, but now they've got bigger problems than just that. Joel Embiid was eliminated before the conference finals again, and he remains the only former MVP to not reach a conference finals in their career. The Sixers big man spoke post-game on how he viewed the season, though, and listen to this, it might surprise you.
I know we lost, and I know that's not the right mentality to have, but, for me, this was a success. We came into the season.
No, it's not a success. Y'all make it at least winning a couple games or like make it be competitive. That's not a success for the Sixers is them going to the conference finals, which I haven't made it since 2001. That's how long it was. Like that was the same year when 9/11 happened. That's like there's people that's 25 or 26 years old. God.
Thinking that, there was not much left, based on the last 2 years, and now I'm sitting here, not even worrying about my knee. I feel like I still played as hard as I could. I fought hard.
You always do that, bro. You always do that, dude.
I try to give us a better chance to win. I don't know who's gonna be here. I don't even know if I'm gonna be here, but whatever happens, happens. But for me, I'm excited about.
I really hope they get rid of him. I'm sorry, like it's just, I'm not saying that to be mean and evil, but it's just like it's time to go. Joel has run his course in Philly.
Really getting back to myself.
No. It's a fish. Why? So you get hooked. All right, so question marks obviously surrounding the 76ers. Where do they go from here, Perk?
Yeah, they got to have a coming to Jesus meeting. And the only three people that should be untouchable is VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, and Nick Nurse. And by the way, it's time for Daryl Morey to go. Bob Myers just left out.
Which he is going now.
Network, by the way, he done an outstanding job because he's basically overseeing a lot of that stuff or overseeing what's going on with the 76ers. And when you think about what's going on, Paul George is owed $54 million next year. Joel Embiid is owed about $55 to $56 million last year. What's going to have to happen is that you're probably going to have to tie a first.
One of them needs to go. I should think two, but probably gonna be one of them.
Round pick to each one of those guys in order to trade them for a team to take them on. For as Joel Embiid, this relationship has run its course.
Well, I think Paul George is more tradable because like he did have some good performances this past season. Joel Embiid, he's too injured. Like it's gotta be a team that's gotta be that desperate to want him.
It's time for both parties to separate. I think it would be in the best interest for the organization, and it would also be in the best interest for Joel Embiid. I believe Joel Embiid needs a change of scenery. I believe Joel Embiid needs a breath of fresh air.
I do think if I had to say the teams that he should go to, um, maybe the Warriors, maybe the Heat, maybe the Lakers. Let's say three teams. Maybe the Bucks. It depends. I'm trying to think of a team that might need a center. Like that is a contender or around the contending range or whatever that might need a center. Trying to think. I think maybe the Atlanta Hawks. Maybe I don't know. Like um, yeah, I think the Hawks could probably be a perfect fit for Embiid. Um, it really because most teams in the NBA they have pretty good or pretty average to good or great centers. So I mean, like it's gonna be hard for Joel Embiid to get traded to somebody, especially with the injury history.
Go to another place and play to be under another organization, to be under different leadership. At this point in time, listening to his post-game interview, I think he believes that the time has passed for as him being one of those guys, a franchise guy, to help this organization get to where they're trying to go and ultimately win a championship.
Wait a minute, Kendrick Perkins be sounding like John Coffey from the Green Mile.
KP, I agree with you that the three untouchables around Nick Nurse and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Chigham, the problem is you have an extension starting next year for Joel Embiid at $193 million. And we all know and love basketball. If you are a GM of a team right now, are you going to trade for that? I'm not.
Yeah, with a pick. With a pick.
What if he said if you attach a first round pick to it, then would you trade for it?
I still don't know if I want that. That's $60 million a year from somebody that played. Look, the conversation is another thing. I mean, he played 38 games this season. He played 38 games this season, right? So when you look at how many games he's played over the totality of his career, I don't know if I would just want to take that and a pick. I'm absorbing a lot of my cap. And then how am I going to be able to use a talent like that he's being paid as if he's a superstar? But Perk, if there's anything that we've seen in the game of basketball right now, how fast and what style of play do the Knicks play? How fast and what style of play does Detroit play? How does Oklahoma City play? Mm-hmm. How does San Antonio play? Everything is speed. Yep. It's pace and space.
Speaking of failures and successes, if the Knicks don't make it to the finals, if they don't win it or whatever, this is a failure for them because they're blowing out all these teams and like dominating all these teams, man. Like they should make it to the finals. And I don't even like New York like that. It's just like they might make it to the finals this year. You never know.
Where does Joel Embiid fit in the new style of basketball? I don't know. And just to add to your point about the indictment on the franchise, I'm just going to give you three names. All right, number one, Julian Champagnie. Where's he, Perk? Where's he, Perk?
San Antonio.
With the Spurs, right? You know, he was on the roster for the 76ers, and then, you know, Matt McClung, they wanted to see him in the slam dunk contest, right? All right, Jared McCain, he's only shooting 80+% from the three.
NBA fairy.
Point, right? Yep, against the Lakers. And then I'll give you another one, Perk. Isaiah Joe. Where's Isaiah Joe, Perk?
Free Isaiah Joe.
All these dudes were on the roster, KP. And what's the thing we're seeing? Like, where do they get their points from the bench? So just to add to your point, the fans can take and come to whatever determination they want, SA. You just start looking at all these other pieces that are on different teams, and then you talk about this team not having a bench, and then what you're seeing, the money tied up in his contract, it feels like they're stuck in purgatory.
So essentially, what you're telling me is Champagnie, Isaiah Joe, Jared McCain, and others. These are all assets that the Philadelphia 76ers had. And they are gone, contributing to championship contenders.
Yes.
And the Philadelphia 76ers are home, courtesy of a sweep. Joel Embiid is about to start, not finish, start a 3-year, $193 million extension. Ladies and gentlemen, that is over $64 million a year over the next 3 years. Paul George is at 54.1 million and 56.6 million over the next 2 years. And of course, you got Maxey. We don't even need to talk about his numbers because he deserves it. The point is, if you had those assets,
Bright future. Hopefully, get some good role players. They mentioned they got rid of all those past role players, man, and like they need to bring in some new guys, man. Get rid of the old guys like Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, and like, I mean, I think you can maybe keep Oubre and maybe keep Grimes, and like I said, and get like other role players that can contribute. Get some 3D guys, man. Like get some big guys. I mean that what's the name, that Broom dude that they drafted? That's not gonna work out. So they probably might have to like get somebody else. But I think Adam Bowman, he's okay too, so you can keep him. So like that's named three players that can Sixers can maybe keep and add some new players. But yeah, I do think the Sixers, man, they need to like restart, semi restart. And if that means like missing the playoffs or being the playing team again, then so be it. I mean, like it is what it is. Unless Maxey and Edgecombe goes off and have a generational run as a season, the Sixers need semi rebuild. I'm not saying they should go full process mode and just tank, but like they need to do something, man, to give the fans hope again. And yeah, this your boy, Man Event Prime Time TV. I'm out. Peace.